All right, testing. All right, part C, segregation separation chart of hazardous materials. 177, 848, segregation hazardous materials. Section of the material which meets one or more of the hazardous clause. Let's define subchapter R. When packaged with it must be labeled on black corner comes with part 172 for the subchapter. Compartment with a multi-compartment cargo tank of the subject to. The restriction 17333 of the subchapter. If an importable tank with a transport vehicle with a freight container with a transport vehicle should be transported a vehicle other than a freight vessel has material on it or within the vehicle must be stowed with the segregated in accordance with 176A3B with the subchapter and for the provision paragraph D of the section except the provided in section statute 173.12 the E of the subpart subchapter cyanide mixtures and solutions may not be stored and loaded and transported acid mixture of the material would generate hydrocyanide of the division 4.2 material that may not be used to store loaded transport with class 8 liquid with the division 6.1 packaging group 1 as its own material may not be stored with the load with the transport Class 3 material, Class 8 liquids, Division 41424355152 materials. Except for the otherwise provided, and D, except for the otherwise provided in the subject, the heads of the materials must be stored and located the transport in accordance with the following table and other provisions in this section. And shows the table inside. Our instructions you for the segregation table to have the materials found by absent of the head of the liquid, the deviation blank space at the table. And if there's no restriction applied by the direction on the table, and if these materials not loaded with the transport and stored together in the same transport vehicle, the storage facility during the course of the transportation, each layer over the table indicated the lace material that may not be loaded and transported stored together. Same transportation vehicle, the storage facility during the course of the transportation left separate with the manner that in the event of the leak of the package is under the condition normally into the transportation commingling has the material not occur with notwithstanding the method of separation employed with acid with the gross of liquid not be loaded above the adjacent class 4 flammable or class 5 oxidizing material except for the shipments of the material together with its own with the mixture with the contents would not cover the fire and danger evaluation of the heat or gases. The asterisk table indicated the segregation among the different classes. One explosive material the government of the compatible with the table, the paragraph F of the section note way. The second column of the table, the meaning does not withstand with the requirement of the letter X ammonia nitrate, UN 1942 with the aluminum nitrate fertilizer made available and sold for the division 1-1 explosive for the division 1-5 materials unless otherwise prohibited 177 and 835C. So when the 171 table with 172.402, the subchapter will call the package the bearing subsidiary hazards label the segregation appropriate with a subsidiary hazard look must be applied with the segregation over the more restrictive of the required and primary hazard of the however the hazard material of the same classes may be stowed together with an out regard with the segregation required the name of the secondary hazard if the materials are not capable of reacting with the hazards with each other causing combustible damage evaluation evolution of heat evolution of flammable poison asphyxiating gases or formation of corrosive unstable material. Thus, one explosive material should be not loaded, transported, and stored together, except for the provided in this section in accordance with the following table. Instructions for the compatible table of the class 1 explosive material that is filed with the blank space for the table that indicate that no restriction applied later X table that indicate the explosive the different compatibility groups may not be carried with the same transport vehicle. The members of the table mean with the following: one mean with the explosive the compatible with the group that will show the only carried with the same transport vehicle with any of the identical flow explosive. Two mean with any combination explosive compatible with the group C. DNA assigned by the compatible with the group D. With the 3 mean for the combination for the explosive with the compatible with the group D. C. DNA with the compatible with the group M with the sign with the compatible with the group D. 4 mean the 177 and 835 G was when it's transport designated 5 mean with the division 147 14 F safe fireworks may not be loaded with the same transport vehicle with division 112 materials. 6 mean the explosive article compatible with the group G over the other fireworks requirements special handling that may be loaded with the transport of explosive the article compatible with the C and D with the provide with the explosive the substance for those not contained in the articles that carried in the same transport vehicles. 7 provided paragraph 1 of the section above with the same compatible group of the different divisions may be transported together to provide the whole shipment of the transport is through the entire composite for the lower number of the division 1 being over the division 1-2 for example the shipment of the 1-2 with explosive material division 1-4 explosive materials both of the compatible with the group D that must be in the transport for the division 1-2 explosive material Division 1-5 material compatible with the Group D with transported in the same freight container. Division 1-2 explosive materials compatible with the Group D with the shipment may be transported in Division 1-1 explosive material prepared capability of the Group D. Subpart D, vehicles and shipment and transit accidents. Testing.